Tonight, you signed a contract that will erase 3 families from the face of the earth. Their only mistake? Trying to expose the secret pipeline that feeds your empire billions. And who are you, really? Just a man who learned that mercy is a luxury reserved for the weak. This is your story. You were born in a dynasty older than the nation itself, a family whose wealth was built on 3 pillars: steel, shipping, and silence. From the day you learned to walk, you were trained like a soldier, educated like a prince, and punished like a criminal. The patriarch chose you, the firstborn, to inherit the empire, not because you were kind, not because you were brilliant, but because you were obedient. But you carried a secret your tutors never knew. You hated everything the family stood for. Numbers bored you. Power disgusted you. All you ever wanted was to create stories for the world. You wanted to become a filmmaker. At 17, you broke tradition and told the family council that you would choose your own path. Shockwaves rolled through the mansion like an earthquake. But the old man, for the first time in his life, smiled. He gave you permission on one condition: return before you turn 28, or lose your blood right forever. Your studio opened with a whisper. Your first film opened with a roar. Critics worshipped it. Audiences cried for it. You made triple your investment. For a moment, you touched the sky, and then the sky collapsed. Your second movie was a disaster. Your third was a humiliation. Your fourth wasn't even released. The investors pulled out halfway through. Within 3 years, you had burned through every dollar, every friendship, every ounce of hope. On your 27th birthday, your studio died in your hands, and with it, the last piece of your dream. You returned home, broken, burnt out, and branded a failure. But failure is the greatest sculptor, and it carved you into something new. 4. Transformation, the without choice king. The patriarch gave you a lifeline, control over the family's weakest subsidiary, a logistics company bleeding money. Everyone expected you to fail again, but you didn't. You rebuilt the company from the ground up. You cut debt weight, fired senior managers older than the furniture, reshaped the supply chain, and created a covert transportation network that bypassed every legal barrier. Your revenue rose 600% in a single year. The family declared you a prodigy. The newspapers called you the silent tycoon. But late one night, as you walked past the drawing room, you overheard laughter. Your uncles, cousins, elders, all mocking you. They confessed your first film's success was rigged. They manipulated critics, bought reviews, inflated ticket numbers, all to give you false hope and later crush you so you'd return home obediently. Your hands trembled, your vision blurred, and your heart filled with a poison deadlier than any weapon. You left the house, flooring your car into the darkness, but fate, or something more human, intervened. Your brakes failed, your car flipped, and you woke up in a hospital bed with steel rods in your legs. The family mourned you like a tragedy, but you weren't dead. You were reborn. The accident destroyed the patriarch's trust in the council. He expelled half of them and handed you the throne you never asked for. But the man who rose to that throne was not the boy who left. You built an empire inside the empire. You laundered money with surgical precision. You infiltrated political offices. You purchased influence like others buy groceries. You used hospitals to hide illegal shipments. You turned entire cities into silent partners. And whenever someone asked too many questions, terrible accidents happened. You weren't a leader. You were a storm. One winter morning, the patriarch called for you. But when you entered the room, he wasn't alone. Sitting beside him was a man with calm eyes, perfect posture, and a face you hadn't seen in a decade. Your older cousin, the true heir, long believed dead, except he had never died. He had staged his disappearance to eliminate rival factions and build a private network of mercenaries, politicians, and financial ghosts. Your entire rise, your accident, your promotion, your success were all side effects of his master plan. You weren't playing chess, you were a pawn. He congratulated you for expanding the empire exactly as he needed, and then he handed you 2 assignments. Find the missing senator. Find out if the scientist in the burned lab is really dead. Only then, he said, will you earn the right to ask your real question. Where is your mother? The woman who vanished the night he disappeared. Your fists clenched, your breath shook, but you bowed, because pawns don't win by defiance. They win by surviving long enough to reach the other side of the board. And your game has only just begun.